Hey guys, welcome back to Just Fixing Garage. I'm Justin. So I got Kevin with me here today. We are going to be taking another whack at the SRT-4. We had some other things we were working on, but now we wanted to get back into this and really tear into it. So let me give you my train of thought and then we'll dive into it. So we're pretty confident that it definitely probably needs a tune-up, plugs, wires. We're gonna try that out. I may be doing a smoke test. I looked at the diagrams for both the vacuum lines that I need to check, all that, as well as my boost gauge that doesn't work right now because all the wiring's all jangled up. And then also, on top of plugs, wires, checking vacuum lines, and then checking, getting our boost gauge working. I'm gonna pull the intake manifold completely off. First I'll start with plugs and wires, but I plan on pulling this completely off, making sure that the surface is clean, because I didn't actually pull it when I did it, so there could be a bit of gasket left that maybe I didn't see, and that's causing issues because I kind of half-assed it last time. But anyway, let's see if by the end of this video we've got a car that will run right. So let's get into it. All right guys, so our thoughts here are pretty simple. We're gonna start with the tune-up. That's plugs and wires in this case, just because we know it's sat for a long time. Hopefully you can see what we're doing here. I've got the camera somewhat focused in. I could try to move you, let's see. Let's see if that'll give you a better insight. Yep, that'll be good. So yeah, we're gonna do plugs and wires. We're also gonna do a compression check while we pull these out. So I'm gonna get that ready. To do a compression check on these cars, well, really with any car, you're gonna wanna find which one your fuel pump relay is and pull that out. Try to start the car so that the fuel line pretty much completely dumps out. So you don't have to worry about it spraying any fuel. And you can also, disconnect your coil as well. So Kevin's gonna start pulling plugs one by one, and then we're going to start doing a compression check on those.
You got the question.
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Fuck me, I'm looking in the mirror, so foggy, but I've never seen clear.
Well, no, it's definitely not gonna start, Kev, because I got the coil unplugged. It ain't gonna start.
Oh yeah, the coil's unplugged.
Yeah, coil's unplugged. All right, so we got cylinder 4, we're gonna check first. Kevin's gonna crank it over now. We got the fuel pump relay also disconnected. So.
Oh shit, you're gonna have to hand me the key.
Where's it at?
I sat on top of that thing, on top of the jack stand.
The jack stand. Oh. All right, so we're gonna check cylinder 4 and then I'm gonna write down what it is. Hopefully we don't have a really bad cylinder, that would suck.
Ready?
Yep. That's good. All right, so cylinder 4, we're reading about, I'd say about 140 to 145 PSI. That should be fine. I'm looking for really anything above 130, so let me write that down. Now we're gonna move on. Kevin, I'll handle it if you wanna sit in there. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna say, what did I say? I'm gonna say 140-ish. All right. So let's keep going. Let's take the pressure out. Okay, so cylinder 4, not a dead cylinder, that's good.
You wanna replace the wire and do the spark before we move on?
Nah, we'll.
Sure? You
Yep.
have to look at the firing pattern.
It's they're numbered.
2, 1, 2. I got
Yep,
you.
so we'll keep going. Hopefully you can see good enough.
But I've never seen clearer. I don't really think anyone can save me, and honestly I'm not really sure I want saving. I like to be my own worst enemy. There's no risk if you don't try at anything, so I'ma just keep buying everything. See you in the next life, have to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight.
All right guys, so we got all the plugs taken out. We're gonna run through each one and check it. I'm expecting some shit to shoot out a little bit, but that'll be all right. Probably for the best to clean them out. So we're checking cylinder 3 now.
Ready?
Yep. Hold on. I didn't have it screwed in enough. I didn't have it screwed in at all. I'm like, well, I'm getting 0 compression. That's not good.
Oh, we would know that. It would be sounding like a...
Yeah, we would never be able to get it to run good in that case, yeah. All right, go ahead. That's good. All right, reading about the same for cylinder 3, about 140 to 145. Yep. Yeah, so far, you know, 3 and 4 are good. Sure, I'd love to see this in the 160 range, but this is not a brand new car. These are not brand new rings. All right, go ahead. This is cylinder 2. That's good. Yeah, reading about the same. So far, your margin of error for this is going to be 10% of whatever all the others are. So if everything read at 140, so long as you stay within 14 to 15 of that, that's considered pretty healthy. You know, assuming you're not running like, you know, 50 PSI as your compression. That'd be pretty bad. All right, let's check the last one. Cylinder 1, go ahead. That's good. Cylinder 1, definitely closer to 145. All right, so all of our cylinders are reading pretty healthy, from 140 PSI to 145. And now we're gonna put new plugs in there and wires and see if that makes a difference for how it runs. I had to find one of my spark plug feeler gauge things. There we go. All right, so from looking up online, everybody says for these specific plugs, the 4306s to do about 35,000s for stock, maybe a little higher. These are coming in at 50, so I'm gonna close the gap a little bit. Try to get it closer to 35. All I'm doing essentially is bending this in some to get it closer to 35,000s. Yeah, just a little bit more, that was like 37. For this car, since we're not running heavy boost or anything extra, keeping it close to stock is fine, but 50,000 seems a little high. All right, Kevin, you want to start putting these back in, and I'll keep
in the next life, have to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight. Gotta flip it and grip it and go and get an X-ray. What's wrong with me? I just feel weight pushing on my chest and it squeezes till I suffocate. Better change my mindset, meditate. It's pretty cool that I'm alive and have better days. I could walk, see, hear, I should celebrate. Think I could change my mind, maybe elevate. Living life every day, late at night, not okay. All I want and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah. All I need are some better days. Cause all I want and I pray, I believe in the better days. I'm kinda stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I work hard or live at my pace? You're only young once, yeah, that's all great.
All right, guys, you saw we got the plugs and wires swapped out, put the electric grease on everything. We torqued everything to about 15 foot-pounds for that. I'm not expecting this to fix it, but I just know that there was a problem. If we look at our plugs here, this starts with cylinder 4 to 1. 1 and 4 both pretty wet with fuel. 2 and 3 were not, so we'll see if there's any issues there. But Kevin, you got it in neutral?
Yes, sir.
You can go ahead and start it if you want. See if it makes a difference. I mean, I don't think it will. We're gonna have to look at something else, but let's just see if plugs and wires made any difference at all before we keep going. And it runs like this all the time, so hard to say.
15, 16.
Little lean, huh? Yeah.
Huh?
They're pretty lean.
What's it supposed to be?
Probably, you know, in the 13s where I'd want to see it.
Yeah, it just keeps going up.
Yeah.
We shut it off. Go file your new plugs.
Yeah, give it a sec. I want to see if it dies or not, or tries to die. Yeah, you can kill it. All right, so even though it's still running decently, it wants to cut out when you get higher RPMs, and still wants to run lean. So plugs and wires, while I think it was still pretty crucial to do that, likely not the root cause of our issue. So to keep it simple to start with, I'm going to pull the intake manifold next, pull it completely off with the fuel rail. I'm going to blow through the fuel rail, make sure that's all clean, and then I'm going to put a fresh gasket on there and look for any old gasket material to see if something's blowing out, because the vacuum leak at the intake manifold could 100% cause this. I kind of half-assed last time, threw a gasket in there. They were only like $2 or $3, so I didn't really care. But now that it's still problematic, we're going to take it out. So let's see if that helps. Hopefully you guys can see. Again, we're just going to take the intake manifold off, take all the injector wiring off, and map sensor off, get that out of our way, and get some stuff done by the throttle body so that we can pull it.
These little guys here.
Yep.
But I've never seen clearer. I don't really think anyone can save me, and honestly I'm not really sure I want saving. I like to be my own worst enemy. There's no risk if you don't try at anything, so I'ma just keep buying everything. See you in the next life, hope to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight. Gotta flip it and grip it and go and get an x-ray. What's wrong with me? I just feel weight pushing on my chest and it squeezes till I suffocate. Better change my mindset, meditate. It's pretty cool that I'm alive and have better days. I could walk, see, hear, I should celebrate. Think I could change my mind, maybe elevate. Living life every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. The only thing here is the throttle body cable, which we don't have to do anything with. I just need to clean this. See, that was probably my problem. So let me show you. So something I mentioned I didn't do is I didn't clean this, and I can actually see a bulge here of the old gasket. That could easily be letting stuff in. So I need to clean all this up, clean the head, do it the right way this time. And then also I noticed when I was doing this that the vacuum line on this was on, but it didn't feel like it got a really good hold. So I'm wondering if that was part of my issue as well. Again, I'm probably dealing with like multiple problems here, but we're gonna clean all this up and then hopefully just put it right back on. At least that's the goal. Just gotta make sure when I put this back on, I put that ground thing on it too.
It's different for everyone. Some of us need work, others need fun. Some of us need purpose to overcome. But try to do what you love when it's said and done. Cause there's so many differences in each of us. Trust your gut, it can show you what you want. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray.
Alright, we got our mating surfaces super clean. While we have this as it is, we're just going to pull the fuel rail, even though we can do it later, and just give that a really good cleaning. Make sure there's nothing in here. I'm going to blow through it, pull the injectors off, see if I can spray through them as well, just to try to alleviate anything in there. Again, I don't think that's a problem, but you know, who knows. So Kevin's going to pull that off, we'll clean it, we'll be ready to put this back in. Again, I did notice one vacuum line was a little loose, but it was still on there. But if it had a slight air leak, that could definitely be causing me problems. But I'm hopeful that we figure this out. We've only been working on it for about an hour, leisurely. And if this doesn't fix it, the next step I'm going to be doing is working on the boost gauge, which I need to do anyway. I just need to sit down and do it. And then going through all the vacuum lines and probably replacing a lot of the hoses because I don't really trust them. So one thing at a time though. Let's start with what we know is kind of problematic, which includes the intake gasket, the plugs and wires, and see where we get.
Every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. I'm kinda stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I work hard or live at my pace? You're only young once, yeah that's all great, but I also want a future where I'm okay.
Alright guys, that's it for today. This is where we're leaving it. I'll just clean out the injectors, spraying out the screens and stuff, and then make sure they're good. I'll go through and clean all this up. And the goal is to put this back together, test it out. And if everything works good, great. Otherwise, I'm checking all the vacuum lines anyway, working on my boost gauge, and then hopefully we'll be good to go. So we'll keep continuing the video tomorrow. All right, it's the next day, and I am going to finish putting everything back together. Where I finished off yesterday was we just had pulled the fuel rail, started cleaning all this out, spraying out the injectors, making sure they're all clean and good to go. So now I'm just gonna get all the O-rings cleaned up, get everything reseated in here and bolt this back down. Put the new gasket in, you know.
And I pray, all I need are some better days. Fuck me, I'm looking in the mirror, so foggy, but I've never seen clearer. I don't really think anyone can save me, and honestly, I'm not really sure I want saving. I like to be my own worst enemy. There's no risk if you don't try at anything, so I'ma just keep buying everything. See you in the next life, hope to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight. Gotta flip it and grip it and go and get an x-ray. what's wrong with me, I just feel weight pushing on my chest and it squeezes till I suffocate. Better change my mindset, meditate. It's pretty cool that I'm alive and have better days. I could walk, see, hear, I should celebrate. Think I could change my mind, maybe elevate. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. I'm kinda stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I work hard or live at my pace? You're only young one.
All right, so got that bottom bolt in fine. That vacuum line is on there fine now. Need to tighten my clamp on the throttle body. Then we should be able to fire this thing up, see what she does. I don't have high hopes, but you know, you can't harm a man for trying.
Late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. I'm kinda stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I work hard or live at my pace? You're only young once, yeah, that's all great.
All right, so we got everything back on. I know the intake gasket is 100% good now. I made sure the vacuum lines are tight where they're supposed to be. I haven't checked all of them, I just checked what we took off, and all this is back on. Put that back in now. Yeah, everything looks good. We got everything clamped back on, everything's plugged back in. I'm gonna try to start it, see how she runs. I'll have to zip tie that up. As soon as I'm done, I'll zip tie this stupid thing up out of the way. But we're gonna see how it runs now. If this doesn't fix it, next thing is I'm gonna back the car up a little bit and then work on pulling the dash to do the boost gauge, because I really wanna see what's happening there. If I don't have any vacuum, then I know there's still a vacuum leak, and then I'll have to go through all the lines, and I didn't buy any new hoses yet, but I'm gonna pick some up. And it is nasty storming out. So let me see what I get done. Just want this car to at least be mobile again, because I don't like it being stuck in the bay, and see if it's running better. All right, definite improvement. The car was not going way off the lines for being lean. When I give it gas, it goes up and then seems to come back down, which I think is pretty normal. But when I mentioned, I don't know if you could hear it, is when I'm spraying brake cleaner around the throttle body where the O-ring goes, it's definitely starting to bog out. So I don't know if possibly I leaned it out. I'm sorry if the O-ring's damaged or what. So I want to pull the throttle body and take a look at it.
Some of us need purpose to overcome, but try to do what you love when it's said and done. Cause there's so many differences in each of us. Trust your gut, it can show you what you want. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want.
Let's see. I mean, this gasket's definitely seen better days. Can't tell if that one specifically is leaking or not. Get that up out of the way. It was actually this part that seemed like it was leaking. Maybe the O-ring's chewed up or something? Oh yeah, look at that. 100% chewed up. I wonder when that happened. Now that'll cause me some serious issues. Check that out. Well, that sucks, because I don't know if I have another one of these sitting around. I may have to order it. But that might be part of my big vacuum. Look, you can even see it getting all dirty. Well, that sucks, but that's also awesome. So that may end this video, guys. I'm gonna see if AutoZone has these in stock or advanced or somebody local. If so, I'll pick them up right now, but if I have to order them, it might be a day or two. But yeah, okay, well, didn't think to check that, but this thing's definitely damaged. I can't remember if I took this off or not. I don't think I did, at least not on this intake. So, well, whatever, that tells me something. Let me see what parts I can get. All right, well, I called AutoZone, I called Advanced, none of them have it. AutoZone, I have commercial with them, so they can get it on the hub, but it's gonna be tomorrow. It is Sunday, and they only get one delivery, and that has already been delivered. So if I came out here like super early or late last night and found that, I would have had the part today, but hey, you win some, you lose some. I'll close this video out here and try to make it pretty quick and say that, hey, I think we've fixed one major leak. We're looking pretty good. The car's running better. It actually did not zero out anymore, so it's looking good there. And at the end, we did find that the O-ring for the throttle body going into the, like that throttle body piece, was all chewed up, which 100% would cause another leak. So next video that I'll have come out, I'll have that new gasket ready to put on. I'll take a look at the boost gauge and everything, and then we'll see from there if this thing's ready to go for another drive, hopefully a better one. So thanks, guys. See you on the next one.
Not okay, all I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days.